Hey, Gemini, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your January 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. Look at this. You have deep knowing, you have co-create and new life. And at the bottom of the deck, you have happy. So this is something you are deeply working towards. And there is some sort of inner truth coming out here for you in the month of January, a deep knowing. So Gemini, your intuition could be spot on this month. You could be really grappling with the idea of co-creation, co-creating. I'm getting building blocks. There is something here that you may be mourning, but I feel like it is actually going to leave you in a far better position. Okay. Yeah. Judgment. There's your judgment day. So you are changing your life for the better. There's a second chance here being offered. There's some sort of deep awakening that's happening for you. It could be with the Queen of Swords. It could be you opening up to your feminine energy. Some of you are really releasing some sort of argumentative. They're giving me firecracker. So someone in your life, or you may be a firecracker, or maybe someone said that to you, Gemini, but you have this energy here of releasing a situation that started to get mentally overwhelming. Okay, mentally overwhelming. And we're going to do things a little different today. We're going to look at your energy. We're going to look at the energy of the person maybe on your mind, or the person that you may be attracting into your life as well. So please take it as it resonates. Also, roles can be reversed here, but for the sake of differentiating, we're going to look at your energy at the top row here, Gemini, and then let's see what the overall energy is. And at the bottom of the deck, yeah, Hanged Man. So you've been feeling like you've been stuck in a little bit of literally a stuck place, a place of, delayed energies. It just doesn't feel like you're healing quick enough, or it doesn't feel like you're manifesting this new opportunity or this new life. It's because you had to wrap up some cycles, and you're showing up here as well. You have King of Swords and Queen of Swords. So some of you are dealing with another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I feel like you are changing perspectives. Instead of feeling the grief, or instead of feeling the loss of a situation here, I feel like you're opening your heart up, because what we have is this deep knowing. There's a deep knowing of your own personal truth that you may want to have a new beginning with a soulmate here. Okay, you have this deep knowing that something is going to bring you deep happiness, but that something begins with self, right? We find that within self. But I feel like there's also, with this deep knowing, there's some sort of acceptance. There's some sort of understanding. But before you get to this happy, you have a fork in the road. Okay, there's a fork in the road. So I feel like there's some decisions here that you'll be making in your life that if you trust your intuition, Gemini, and if you take action based on your intuition, you're actually going to really come out on top here with this happy. So you're co-creating at this time. A lot of you are creating this new relationship, or you are reconciling with someone here. We'll take a look at the person on your mind again. But if there's no one on your mind, this could be a new person. You're co-creating this brand new life, brand new energy. And it makes sense as we roll into January of 2024 and the new year. You want to leave behind old pains, old arguments, old hurts. And we see that here as well with the Five of Swords. So with this new life comes happiness, but you may have told yourself it comes at a cost, right? It comes, I need to surrender. I need to let something go with the Hanged Man. And there's the Ace of Swords. There's the Truth card that I keep seeing here for you as well, Gemini. So it's getting honest with yourself regarding maybe a commitment. And I feel like the more that you surrender, to your intuition and this deep knowing, the more you'll be able to make decisions that you can trust that are leading you towards this new life. All right, let's take a look at your energy. But again, roles can be reversed. You start off here with the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is saying, don't give up, right? You're almost there. The nines are about completions. So for a lot of you, you are wrapping up loose ends. And the Nine of Wands can be a little bit of frustration. People around you may be causing you to feel triggered, or you may be snapping at loved ones or at children or at family members or even strangers because of the stress that maybe you're going through with a specific person or with a situation in your life. But the Nine of Wands is saying you have the motivation to not give up on yourself, to keep your heart open and not close down, even though you've been going through some stressors. You also have here the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, this Queen of Pentacles is about you working on your home life. Some of you may work from home and perhaps you need a break. Okay, maybe you need to get out of the home. For others of you, I feel like you're doing many things at once with this Queen of Pentacles. You could be working, trying to maintain the home, try to do the cooking and the cleaning. You may even be the sole provider. Some of you could be single parents here as well. And I feel like you're trying to do what you can to create a healthy environment for yourself and those around you. Okay, that's what I see here for you, Gemini. The Queen of Pentacles, she's very resourceful. You may be keeping an eye on your money. You may be creating maybe even a spiritually based business or an apothecary here. Maybe you work with oils. You could work with herbs. You may work with plant medicine. I feel like whatever you're doing, you're trying to create a healthy environment because something feels a little bit guarded. Something feels like you are on edge. And it could also be looking at healthier ways to cope with stress. I see that's what your focus is this month. Now, some of you, the reason why there's so much stress is because there's been a big loss in your life. Whether this loss is physical death, it could be emotional loss. For some of you, there's been some big disappointments, some big truths, and you're showing up here, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, so air energy here, whether you're female or male, it does not matter. But the energy here is there's something that you've lost. And you are allowing, some of you, it's important to allow yourself space to grieve. But I also feel like you want to move on quickly from it, but we can't rush the healing process. And I feel like a lot of you, if you have been going through this healing process, there could be some words that need to be spoken, or maybe the words felt like they were left unspoken. Excuse me. And as I say that, my throat's activated here, where there could have been words left unsaid, whether this is between you and a loved one or you and your partner. I almost feel like, this could be your partner. We'll take a look here. Yeah, because Judgment, this is the card of, a judgment day coming in. The person on your mind knows that there needed to be some sort of reckoning between the both of you. Now, because you are still reeling and healing from a loss, you may have shut down your energy because you have the Queen of Cups. You may have had to go inward and work on some self-love here with the Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups needs to work on filling her own cup, because sometimes she can let the emotions, in reverse, she can let the emotions get the best of her. But I also feel like you're flipping this energy upside down. So you could be dealing with two queens. This could be maybe even a same-sex relationship. This could be sisters. It could be mother-daughter. I also get that there could have even been third-party energy. We'll take a look here in just a moment into the person's energy here on your mind. But with this Queen of Cups, I feel like a lot of you are healing through maybe staying home and doing things at home that help you heal the heart. Okay, so this Queen of Pentacles and this Queen of Cups, this is you. Okay, I feel like for some of you, yes, it could be another person, but it's you embracing the archetype of both queens because your heart's been wounded, you've been hurt, you've gone through some loss, and you may be just kind of keeping to yourself at this time, Gemini. You may be working around the house. You may be, again, creating a business or doing things that inspire you, being more creative. Maybe, again, you work from home or you're trying to create a safe home space for yourself and your family. Now, what's going on in your person's energy? They're going through Judgment Day here. They're going through a major reckoning with this card. This is about changing our lives, but in order to do so, this is about embracing change, healing the past, and forgiveness. So there could even be some energies of forgiveness coming in for you, whether this is you or your person. I feel like your person needs to work on forgiving maybe themselves. Okay, so some of you, your person here is going through a little bit of mental hardship with this big change that's occurring here with the Eight of Swords, but they're releasing themselves from something that's been difficult. And I also feel that there's a new offer being made here. Your person could be giving you this new offer. They may want a second chance with you, Gemini. I also get that if this is a new person or a person you haven't quite met, they may be going through some major transformations in their own life that they're freeing themselves up from a past, maybe even karmic situation, possibly even with a Libra. Okay, Queen of Swords, where they're cutting some cords, cutting some ties. Now, if this is your person, I feel like your person has maybe even been very cold, maybe even cut you out or said some harmful things or things that weren't very nice, very fair. Now, this person could also have children. We have the Page of Pentacles. Children could be involved. I feel like this person does want to open themselves up to a new beginning because they've been caught in their own mind. They've been replaying out some sort of mental story, possibly even between you and them. And the mental story that they're telling themselves is there was a lot of arguments. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of controlling, a lot of pointing fingers, a lot of accusations, maybe because of third party or because of whatever reason here, but a judgment has been made. Okay, judgment has been made. This is some big energy between you and your person. And this person is, going through a major spiritual awakening, Gemini. So the person on your mind or a person that you haven't even met, they're going through a spiritual awakening here. And going through this is going to allow them to really see situations that maybe they weren't able to see before because they were caught in a little bit of a cycle in their head. There was a mental story that kept playing out, but once they get on the other side of this spiritual awakening, right? Once they get through it, I feel like there's a lot of truth. Here's the Queen of Swords coming in here with the truth. So cutting out people, places, things, energies, habits, patterns that aren't healthy. That may be something they're working with. Now, again, they may be doing it for their kids. They may have stayed in some sort of prisoner situation because children were involved or because someone needed to heal the inner child. Your person may have had some inner child wounding that led to them being quite cold, maybe even a little bit blunt or just aloof. They weren't emotionally maybe connected or compatible. They may have thought too logically. They may have pinpointed everything on you. They may have even started to weave a story of truths that weren't even the truth, right? And that may have caused arguments and conflict with the Five of Swords. So in your person's energy here, they may be really evaluating some of those conflicts and saying, what the heck were we even fighting about? Why did we start that argument? Was it even worth it? How did we resolve it? Were two people's inner childs wounded? And is that the reason for this judgment, right? Because you can see here on the Five of Swords, Gemini, that there's two little kids there. and they're just feeling a little bit lonely. They're feeling a little bit abandoned, a little bit isolated. They are cocooned. They're really holding up. So their knees are blocking their heart chakra there. So sometimes it's hard to open that heart area because we want to protect ourselves when we get in that fetal position. And up here, you see two adults that are pointing fingers, judging, criticizing, critiquing. And it just feels like no matter what, you don't get anywhere because you keep spinning in a cycle of hurt and pain and, shame and betrayal. And it just keeps going round and round, where at one point this family may have been happy. You see that there's a happy family in the background, and this person could be thinking about, the whys. They may be thinking about why or how did it get to this point? How did we get to the point where we can't even talk to each other without there being some sort of argument that's flowed out into not just this person's life, but your life as well. With the 9 of Wands, it's showing up in the home as a chaotic, stressful energy. And if you're no longer living with this person, I feel like there's a lot of healing that's taking place. So the energy between you and your person, Gemini, there is the Lovers in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, the 4 of Swords upright, the Death in reverse. You had a very difficult time ending a cycle here. Why? Because it was a karmic cycle with the Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers, this person was the love of your life. There's the same sex for some of you. For others of you, this is a very important karmic relationship that came in to teach you a lot about yourselves, because some of you didn't like who you were in this dynamic towards the end. Maybe you liked who you were in the beginning, or maybe it brought out the worst side of you, right? With this 9 of Wands, maybe it brought you to your knees. It really tested your spiritual stamina as well. There's been some sort of loss that you are grieving at this time. And I feel like your person in a way is grieving it too, but they're also letting themselves out of this mental conflict, this mental argumentative energy. But this person did have or has a lot of love for you, or there was at some point here, because this is your energy, Gemini, but there was too much trust issues, too much disharmony or indecisiveness that caused this relationship to kind of bring it to its knees, to kind of falter. But because we have the Death energy between the both of you, someone is hanging on. Someone is resisting this change. Someone may want to heal the relationship and say, hey, we can shift this Wheel of Fortune, right? We can shift this to kind of go back to a place where, not so much back to a place, but to bring in more peace, right? And I feel like, and we'll clarify here as well, but I feel like someone knows that there is an ending that can never go back to the way it was, but someone may not be accepting this ending, whether you or your person, because there is loss here. There was love. And the Wheel of Fortune is a faded soulmate connection that may have been a soulmate connection to teach you a lot about yourself, a lot about self-love, a lot about healing, a lot about who you are, how you show up in the world, a lot about, your strengths and your shadows and your weaknesses. But again, because Death is in reverse, I almost feel like there's been a lot of close calls. There's been a lot of, maybe endings in this situation, but then it's like you go back and you spin round and round, right? Because the karmic lesson wasn't complete. But I feel for a lot of you, there's some deep healing taking place with the 4 of Swords between the both of you. And what we have here for timing is, let's see, we have the Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles. So there could be something within 8. I feel like this is 8 weeks. Could be 8 weeks, no later than 8 months. But I feel like there is some deep grieving, some deep healing that does have to take place here. It could even be around April energy for you, Gemini, right before your birthday even. So I feel like 4 could be significant. It could even be 4 to 8 weeks for some of you. Let's clarify. Because we do have, we have the King of Swords showing up here. So I feel like you're doing your best to get back on track. You're doing your best to see things from all angles, where in the midst of something, you weren't able to quite see it because you were too much connected or too closely attached. I just want to take a look at your energy here. Why the Five of Cups? Okay, King of Wands. You're grieving here over a relationship that was non-committal, or it's like someone wasn't willing to commit and do the work necessary to bring this thing to, you know, to something quite beautiful. Yeah, King of Wands. King of Wands in reverse. It can be someone who's very adventurous. They need to get attention. It's in the reverse position. So sometimes this person can have an ego. This can be a very egoic person who tends to have or want the spotlight on them with this King of Wands. And sometimes they are looking to see if the grass is greener, right? And as I say, the grass is greenest where you water it. And I feel like this person wasn't really willing to water the grass, or it's like they kept doing the same thing, right? Expecting a different result. And I feel like that was part of the loss here for you, Gemini. Let's take a look at your person's energy. Let's take a deeper look at the spiritual awakening that they are going through. What's the spiritual awakening? Is this person going to learn some very valuable lessons? What do we have for the spiritual awakening? The Tower. Yeah, your person's going through a major tower, but I feel like they're freeing themselves. There is some sort of freedom here. So if this is a person that's new coming in, they're dodging a bullet by leaving a relationship or leaving a situation because it's mentally affecting their health in negative ways. Okay. If this is your person, I feel like they may have even thought, well, I dodged a bullet here, or I'm healing my own inner child so I don't bring the same energy to the mix the next time around. Page of Pentacles showing up again here. So Page of Pentacles can be some sort of news or offer coming in here. It could be a message. I am getting also, this could be a slower message. Oh, but then you have the Page of Swords. There's the truth. Okay. Yeah, this person could be doing something to heal. They are trying to rebuild their sense of stability here because they have the King of Pentacles, but they need to get honest with themselves first. And Ace of Wands, they want to have a new beginning. They want to build their life here. Let's see if they're coming towards you. There is imbalance here, but let's take a look and see if this person is coming towards you. I feel like they want to come towards you if, you know, if you can let go of the arguing. Let's see here. Is this person coming towards Gemini? What do we have? A King of Cups, and we have a Queen of Cups. So this person, yeah, I don't know if you're going to accept the offer because you're showing up in the reverse because you're still healing from some sort of wound or some sort of hurt that maybe this person said. Now we have double paired energies here. So King and Queen of Swords as well as the King and Queen of Cups. So I feel like this person does think that you know, were their person. They think that you are the one that maybe got away, or you're the one that, you know, did bring them at one point some sort of happiness, and there's an emotional tie that's still very much attached between the both of you, or an energetic tie, but you, Gemini, maybe needing to cut the cords, or maybe you are working on healing some sort of grief before you can accept someone's offer here. Okay. Let's see here. What can you learn about this situation? Patience. What have you learned? Patience, right? We have King of Wands again, and we do have the High Priestess. This opportunity has really allowed you to deepen your trust in yourself, because it's some of you, there was some sort of secret. There was some sort of mystery around this relationship. I do feel with this High Priestess, it's like there was always a hidden agenda, or it felt like this person had a hidden agenda, or this person was feeling a little bit sneaky. It's because they were. The King of Wands, this person was sneaky here. They were, you know, out gallivanting, doing their own thing. They also had something here with not always telling the truth, maybe even manipulating their words to the form of a full-blown lie, or just manipulating it to kind of make it sound like you were a little bit crazy at times here, Gemini. Again, roles can be reversed where there could have been manipulation on both ends, or one or the other. But I feel like the time has come to clear the energy, and the time has come for you to get back in touch with your own intuition. Okay. because we want to see things from a new perspective. We want some sort of truth. And you do have the Temperance angel with the Hanged Man. So this is going to take a little bit of time. Try not to rush the process, because if you're jumping into a new relationship here, Gemini, or if your partner is jumping in, they're going to have to repeat that karmic cycle here, because we do have karma showing up here. Spirit, what do we need to know about the Hanged Man? What is your, advice here for Gemini? What are the messages that Gemini's higher self wants to share? What do we need to know? Okay, they're telling me about the happy new life that's coming in after some sort of healing takes place. Oh my gosh, look at that. Gemini, this has to do with the home. This is celebratory. This is 1111. It's soulmate energy as well. So look at this. A new love offer coming in and a new opportunity with the Four of Cups in reverse. Page of Cups, 4, you have double 4s here. 4s are about structure. They're about foundation, stability, and planning your future. So I do see here that this new life entails some sort of offer coming your way that's going to bring a lot of happiness. It could be a proposal for some of you. I do feel like this is down the road. It could even be the 8th month, August, because they're giving me 4s and 8s. And there's your other, oh my gosh, look at, you have another 4 here. And we are seeing here, we have the 4 of Swords. We have the 4 of, do we have all the 4s out here? 4 of Cups. So yeah, you're getting the same energy of 4 showing up. And as I say that, I'm looking up and I see the 4-0 on the co-create. And then you have the 4-3 on the deep knowing, the intuition. So your intuitive nudges, your intuitive insight here, Gemini, is letting you know that there are new opportunities for happiness on the horizon. Oh, I love this for you. All right, let's take a look and get a message from the Believe in Your Magic deck. What do we have for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know at this time regarding love? There's a counterpart coming in here for you. Yeah, look at this. You have come home to yourself. That's what is required and needed, because when we get in touch with our own selves, when we raise our vibration, when we love ourselves through the pain, right? Through situations, when we're able to grow, maybe read more books, do more things that align with your happiness, that's when you attract love, or that's when you're able to meet someone at the level that you really want to be in. But forgiveness could be necessary, Gemini. You have escapists, you have forgive. Some of you, it's important not to escape your emotions or numb them through alcohol, through drugs, through sex, through shopping, through, binging foods or shows. I mean, of course, those things, it doesn't mean that you have to completely avoid them, but try to pay attention to the emotions. Try to give yourself that time to do healthy things as well, such as meditating or, reading a self-help book, or connecting, getting out in nature, talking to a therapist, and just doing the necessary work to heal through some of this grief. Okay. Try not to escape the grief, heal through it, because the more that you heal it and focus on it right here, right now, the quicker it'll actually take you to heal and head towards this happy life. The more that we try to escape it and then we jump into something new, then we're going to see it showing back up around, and we don't want to carry that baggage. That's why people have baggage going into, relationships. Now, come home to yourself. Forgive yourself for what you did not know. Forgive maybe another person, because the both of you agreed to come into this soul contract together to heal, to learn, to evolve, and to better yourselves. Next, you have release your guilt. Okay, some of you, there's some guilt here. This could be your person. It could be you, maybe guilty over something that you've said, something that you've done, and you have the clover here. So I feel like there's a lucky turn of events happening. We need to release guilt, because that guilt can be a very suppressing energy. And because we do have your partner with the 8 of Swords, it may be them who's releasing some sort of guilt for the way they've treated you, or for something, how something ended, how something went down. So I definitely feel like that's part of your person's spiritual awakening. All right, it says, you've been carrying the burden of guilt on your shoulders for far too long. It's now negatively impacting all facets of your life and making it impossible to function. You've come to a crossroads where you need to choose a direction. Go ahead and make your reparations, or release yourself from the cage you've built around yourself. And you see that your partner has the cage. Right? Here they are. So they are working on releasing themselves from some sort of guilty burden. Sometimes the first road leads back around to the second. Wow. So this person may even want a new opportunity with you. We'll take a look to see if you accept here, but I feel like if there's any sort of reconciliation whatsoever, it comes after you heal yourself individually. But we have sundress. It says, do it for you. Gemini, do something for you. I really like this energy showing up because you may be a people pleaser, or you may tend to want to make everyone else happy at times. When it comes to healing and recovery, make sure you're doing it for yourself, not for someone else. Becoming too dependent on other people will only end in disappointment. People leave, friends drift, family members become estranged. Your reasons need to be bigger than them. And believe it or not, you are important enough to be that reason. You are important enough to be that reason. Do it for you. Choose to heal for you, no one else, Gemini. So this is a very important energy here. Whew. All right, last but not least, let's get a message from the crystal spirits. At this time, I just ask, if you can, please take a nice big deep breath from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Nice big breath in. Hold it for as long as you can and release through the mouth with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes closed, Gemini, please tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstones that appear in your mind's eye. Now, perhaps your crystal appears as a bright, shiny shape or color. Maybe it's a stone that you're familiar with and you might even know the name of. It could be emitting a specific energy of love, of grounding, of nurturing, or safety. Just be free to open your mind's eye to whatever messages that come through, whatever your vision is guiding you to see. There is no right or wrong answer, Gemini. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your crystal spirit in the comment section below the video, and make sure you hit that subscribe and bell button and thumbs up if you're liking the messages so you don't miss that notification. All right, you have citrine and you also have pyrite. Beautiful messages, beautiful energies. Some of you may be 45 years old, or you may be born on the 17th. Citrine is a very abundant energy, and I almost feel like 45, this pyrite is kind of what you are heading towards, what you're going through at this time. And then I feel like the citrine is more of what's to come. Okay, there's more abundance coming into your life here when it comes to relationships. So we're just going to take a look at the pyrite. This is all about knowing your worth. It's about self-appreciation and genuine abundance and prosperity within. Yeah. So when it comes to relationships, Gemini, your message is this. Pyrite spirit has a clear message for you. Observe and appreciate the inherent value in your experiences and relationships. Those small moments of joy as you interact with the ones you love, those people around you who offer you support. Do you stop to appreciate the cumulative effects of your relationship with those who enhance your life? Today is a perfect day to do so. And as you look at the inherent value of things, notice the wealth of wisdom you are gaining as a result of a variety of experiences with a diversity of people. Pay attention to whether your relationships have value. Are some simply ones you have accumulated, perhaps even starting to detract from your life, if they have no inherent value, let them go, for you are meant to experience relationships rich in love and support. Absolutely. And we're going to just take a quick sneak peek at citrine energy. Now, some of you may even be wearing citrine. You may be carrying it with you. Maybe it's a stone that you can see as you're listening to this reading, but this is about joy. I love it. It's about letting go of any and all negativity. And again, I feel like that's the new life that you are co-creating. That's going to bring in a lot more happiness, Gemini. In our relationships, we work to build foundations of love and trust. And one way to do that is through simply spending time together and having fun. Do something with someone else, some activity you enjoy or that neither of you have tried before. That will make your hearts happy. Being adventurous can be fun even if the experience doesn't turn out quite as you expected and the rain insists on falling on your parade. Intend to find something funny and positive in whatever you do with others today, and joy will be your gift, magnified by the power of citrine spirit. Remember, your joy encourages and inspires others to let go of their sadness and cynicism, so don't hold back. Radiate happiness. And remember, that's what's at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful energy here, Gemini. Even though you are healing and going through some sort of grief, some sort of loss, don't rush the process, but I do feel that because you have new life and happy, you're ready. You are ready. You've done a lot of the healing work necessary. You've come home to yourself. You have the Four of Swords here. And even though your partner or your person may be going through a spiritual awakening themselves, you are focusing on your energy at this time. And that's the best thing that you can do in this situation. Thank you so much, Gemini, for being here. If this reading resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. And it certainly supports and helps the channel, which I greatly appreciate. Thank you so very much for tuning in, Gemini. Till next time.